Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm working on kind of a campground miniature fairy garden. I'm really excited for this one because I've had the pieces for quite a number of months now, but I just couldn't think of how to put it together right. Sometimes it takes a while to find the right container and to kind of put everything together. So check this out. Little vintage camper. Isn't this the cutest thing you have about ever seen? And then I also have, among a few other pieces, I have this little cute fireplace, like a little fire bowl, and then marshmallows on a stick. So I just thought it would be fun to put together some kind of outdoorsy looking scene. I want to incorporate water somehow. So I actually have a table set up next to me with all the stuff that I could possibly need. So I have rocks and sand and moss and pieces of bark. Yeah, just a bunch of different stuff. And I think in this garden, I'm not going to use a ton of plants. I've got a few, I just brought from the greenhouse. I pulled these out of their cans just a little bit ago. So I've got some salvia, lantana, kufia, and some nemesia. I just wanted a little bit of color just to bring a little bit of a bright pop. But I'm going to be focusing mostly on naturals. So I went around our place, to our wood pile, and I just picked up pieces of bark and just multiple sizes of rocks. So I'm really going to be focusing heavily on using stuff I just found laying around on the ground in my garden and around our barn area. I do have a few fairy garden miniature pieces that I'll be adding in and just a few little flowers. So what I'm going to do is just put this thing together. We'll see how it goes, and then I'll explain everything in the end because I'm not sure how to explain it yet until I have it done. Here we go. I love how this garden turned out. I would love to know what you think about it. I personally love that there's running water, like a running stream through this garden that goes to a little pond. When I think camping, I always think water, because whenever we camped when I was younger, it was always by a lake or a pond or a stream, something like that. So that was kind of important to me to have that element in this garden. So what I did was I started off with a 10-inch clear saucer that's deep. So it's 4 to 5 inches tall, and that created kind of the form for my pond. Then I used a heavy-duty contractor grade trash bag. It's a hefty brand. I can't remember the thickness of it, but that's what I used for the liner so that no water could escape. And I just kind of created a well in the soil with my hands to kind of create that stream bed. And you want to make sure when you do that to press that soil down really hard because you don't want any of that soil to be settling. Otherwise you could have problems with water leaking out. But I did make sure to make a nice generous bump of soil on each side so that, and I put some rocks in there too, so that if there was anything that settled, it'll probably still be okay because it has a little room to move. I used a 40 gallon per hour pump, just a little thing, It costs like $15, so it's pretty inexpensive, and it's something that I'll use over and over and over again, because in gardens this size, you don't need this giant fountain pump or a pond pump, and I've got those. I actually tried a larger pump in this garden first, and it did not work out. I mean, I had water spraying everywhere. So the 40-gallon-an-hour pump works really well for this size of garden. And then, like I said earlier, I just used a lot of naturals from around our place. I gathered up gravel from our driveway. The larger rocks I used around, you know, for the little patio area. And inside the pond was from like the edges of our driveway where I could find bigger rocks. I went out to our wood pile to gather some little wood, you know, bark pieces to kind of bring that outdoor element in. And then for the plants, I know the plants are very bright and colorful, but I really wanted to play off of the kind of the flavor of this camper and just make it kind of fun and summery. So I have a lantana over here, plain the blues salvia right here, and a vermilion ercufia, which if you guys want to plant one thing in your garden that'll attract hummingbirds in the summer, this is the plant you need to put in. I saw hummingbirds after mine today, and it's really fun. So this is a bluebird nemesia, and then Superbell's corallina, which I love the color of. I just like to have, in these little gardens, to have a lot of bright color. I had considered doing like an actual foresty theme with evergreens and ferns and things like that, but I just don't think it would have been as fun. I don't know, I really like this blend. And all of these plants are proven winners, so we'll link them down below. And then all of the pieces here came from myfairygardens.com. So the vintage camper with the cute little window basket, which I use lemon coral sedum cuttings in. So when I water, I'll make sure to dribble a little water down in that window basket. And then I used a little bit of sand for the fire pit area, and you know, a little pathway leading up to the door, little marshmallows on the stick. Then of course a little patio set is absolutely adorable. I love it. It brings that little bright pop of color over here with the lemonade, and then the little galvanized bucket full of soda pop. That's what the label says on it. So I did tuck some sempervivums in here. Those ones I will water from the front. You know, I'll just dribble a little water around each one. For all of these other ones, I'll probably just take a watering can or a water bottle, or maybe my large syringe, probably not for something this big, but I'll just water from behind. So it's really easy. I can even just like kind of pour right from in this area here, and just enough to moisten the root balls, and they'll be very happy. This is not a permanent garden because it's kind of a camping theme. It's kind of a summery garden. All of these plants are annuals, so they wouldn't survive our winter anyway. So at the end of the season, I can clean this garden out and I can do something more fall or winter themed. And that's the fun of it. It's fun just to create something new and try out different things. Like, I had no idea that I was actually going to be able to make a live stream through here. So that was really fun to know, like, hey, I can do something like that. It's really fun. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.